What's up, everybody? I am live here with my pal Nicole Osborne, and I'm hoping that this is in the Facebook group because I screw this up every time I try and go live in an event. So, if you can see us, please let me know. I don't think we're live in the group yet, but we are live on YouTube. So,
Hey, at least on YouTube, right?
yeah. So let's just try this. Let's see how we're doing. Let me go on here. This is going to go into the group. Go live now. Add a title. Well, I already did all this stuff. See, this is what drives me nuts about Mike can see us. You can see us on LinkedIn, Mike?
Hey, Mike.
Cool. Okay. All right, we got some comments coming in. Let's see here. Not seeing the Lincoln event. Ugh. Oh, wait. It's grayed out. Okay. Guys, you know how it is with me. It's always something.
So nice for me.
Next
I
time,
actually have to do work.
next time, can you come back and teach me how to use Facebook?
Should we just hang out on LinkedIn and YouTube?
I think I did it. I think I did
Yay!
Yeah.
Stephanie, you
Hey,
did great.
Facebook. We're here.
Hello.
We have made it. I'm pretty sure. So, guys, let me know if you see us.
Oh, Mike is great. He's saying on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on everywhere. We are live, Stephanie.
We are
done.
on
Super well done.
all the
Woo!
things, you guys. We are rolling now. Okay. And look at what time it is, 7 after. That is my
Woo!
favorite start time. For any of you who watch Divi Chat, you know that that's our standard start time. So here we go. All right. Now, again, because this wasn't live on Facebook, this is Nicole Osborne, you guys. Isn't she wunderbar? She is in Germany and her brand is Wunderstars and she's the cutest. She is she takes that German flair and makes it so fun, and she's got all her bright bold colors. She's got her LinkedIn blue on today because we are going to talk about LinkedIn. Even her headphones match.
Are you impressed, Stephanie?
I am. This shirt is actually blue, but it doesn't look like it with all my goofy lights. This is the bluest thing I had. I don't know why. Apparently I don't own a lot of blue. Who knew? So anyway, Nicole,
yep.
Well, let's just for 1 second, if you guys don't know me, which you probably do because you're only watching this on one of my pages, but I'm Stephanie Hudson. I own Focus WP, where we help agencies to scale and grow by using white label outsourced services. We will take over your website maintenance for you, your care plans, and we will also provide an instant team of developers, designers, copywriters, whatever you need. For one monthly subscription fee, you can mix and match all your hours. So that's what we're all about at Focus WP. Nicole, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit in more detail than what I've done? Tell the folks what you're up to.
Fantastic. Stephanie, thank you so much for inviting me today. I'm so excited to meet your community. So yes, I am Nicole Osborne. I'm the founder of Wunderstars. I am German, but I'm actually based in London. Never mind. Never mind. So I'm based in London. And I am a marketing coach for digital agency owners. And I work with agency owners in my one-on-one coaching program to really help them get noticed by their best fit clients. And you know, when I say best fit clients, I mean the kind of clients who stick to your processes, who are fun to work with, who your team will love, who send you their content on time. And I help them to do so via their digital channels, whether it's LinkedIn, their website, because I have a feeling that sometimes agency owners in particular love talking about the tech, but find it really hard to sort of visualize and really communicate to the outside world what makes them different. Now, I work now in marketing for 21 years, and I'm a chartered marketeer myself. And throughout my corporate days, I commissioned so many digital projects, whether I made the decision myself or I had to position it back to my finance director, to my board of directors. So I have a good sense for what people are looking out for, because essentially, you know, we buy from people, right? So as an agency,
Exactly.
there's so many opportunities to show what makes you different. I'm so excited to be here today to actually particularly talk about LinkedIn, because boy, LinkedIn is booming, isn't it?
It is, and I find it kind of overwhelming. I mean,
Mm,
I'm on social a lot. I'm on Facebook. I kind of feel like social is this thing where we all have, like, there's so many platforms, and we all have our ones that
mm,
we're kind of comfortable with on a personal level, like where we like to go and connect with friends and family, and then we may have ones where we like to go for business, but a lot of times there's
yeah.
an overlap of where you feel comfortable. And I I want to be on LinkedIn, but
Mhm.
I'm just not there yet. And I know that it's one of those things that I've just neglected. Like, I'll do little bits here and there, but it's just enough probably to make it look bad, you know? I'm not a big Twitter person. Twitter is one of those things to me that it's like, you either are all in with Twitter or you never even look at it. I just feel like it's such a polarizing one. And so I just, like, have taken the pressure off myself. I just am like, I'm just not a Twitter person. That's okay. I love Facebook, but I like the hidden corners of Facebook, not in
Mhm.
like a creepy weird way. I like the groups. That's to me like so magical on Facebook. It has been so good for my business and my colleagues and my friends that I've made on there. Um, and then the other ones like Instagram, I can't even imagine getting business on there, but I know a lot of people do. TikTok, like, I think I'm just
Boy,
too old.
TikTok.
Am I
You'd
too
be
old for
better.
TikTok? I don't
I,
know.
I don't think you're ever too old, but do you know, it's all about what you enjoy using and where your audience hangs out, right?
Exactly.
And ideally, you want to kind of hit that sweet spot, because that's the only way. If you enjoy what you do, it shows, and that's what's going to make you magnetic. So honestly, Stephanie, don't feel under pressure to be everywhere. Actually, do you know what? I recommend you do the opposite. I recommend you do one or two platforms really well, and preferably
Perfect.
the ones which your
Mhm.
audience hangs out in. I know you are great at your Facebook groups, right? I mean, I think that's how you and I originally met, because
Yeah,
you
I think
really stand out and you offer so much advice and helpful tips, and your personality shines through. So maybe today we can work on making LinkedIn your second home.
let's
Woohoo!
do
Are
this.
you guys
Let's do this.
ready?
I'm ready. I mean, you guys, I'm not I don't embarrass easily, but I'm about to pull back the curtain here and be a little vulnerable and
Oh,
show everybody what's wrong with my LinkedIn page. But Nicole has
oh,
promised to be very gentle
very
and
gentle.
that it's going to come out better in the end. So, where do we begin?
I say, let us just take a look at your LinkedIn profile. Should we start with that? Do you know, Stephanie, would you be happy just to share the screen where we're looking at your first impression, your pitch,
My
your first
screen or your
person?
screen? My screen or
Um,
your screen?
we can share my screen. Yeah, if you share my screen, that'd
You
be
got it.
perfect. Guys, between the
Here you
two of
go.
us, we are super organized. All right, so Stephanie, so first of all, perhaps if I can just learn a little bit more about you. Now, I know
Sure.
you as digital marketing and WordPress superwoman. You have probably
Mm.
noticed across all my social media channels and in my email to my Wunderbar community, that's what I said.
Yeah.
But tell me a little bit, who are you targeting? What are you selling?
Well, here's where it gets tricky. Just right out of the gate, I'm going to
Mhm.
be a problem child because I have two businesses and they are very different. So, one is an agency, it's called Sweet Tea Marketing, based here in Charlotte. And the other one is Focus WP. And so Sweet Tea Marketing, we do websites and brands and marketing for businesses, up to the seven figures,
Mhm.
basically. So, eh, you know, half a
Mhm.
million up to about 7 million revenue annually. That's sort of our pocket that we sort of go after. And Focus WP targets agencies. So one
Mhm.
of my companies is actually a customer of my other company. So it's a little bit confusing and it's total worlds apart as far as who these businesses are targeting.
Okay, so all right, so we've got sweet tea marketing. I think you and I originally, when we connected, I talked a lot about your sweet tea marketing brand, because it's so standout, isn't it? It's very, I love it. So
Everybody
we,
loves sweet tea.
right, I actually felt I should have brought a sweet tea today.
Aw, that would be cute.
Hint for present,
Yeah.
Stephanie. Okay, so sweet tea marketing. So who makes the purchasing decision for people who you target with that business? Is that sort of business owners? You said sort of six-figure businesses. perhaps also sort of marketing directors, marketing managers?
It's typically the business owner.
Business owner. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
9 times out of 10. We do have a couple that have a bit more of a, like there's partners or a sort of a committee, but it's still the owner is still almost
Mhm.
always involved. In
Mhm.
fact, maybe always. Yeah, I don't think we have any where we're just dealing with a marketing department.
Okay. And they could come to you for anything from website design to branding, logo, content, social media, so all the sort of range of digital marketing services.
Mhm.
Perfect. I think I'm getting it. And Focus WP is obviously outsourced services for digital agencies. Perfect. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, this is a challenging question, and you know, I actually I did a bit of digging around that, because
Oh.
you have your personal profile. So let's qualify. So personal profile, we're looking at it right now. And then you also have 2 company pages each. So one for Sweetie Marketing and one for Focus WP. Okay.
Yes.
Now, there's differences between personal profile and company pages. Now, in my opinion, I always find it easier to get traction on my personal profile. Actually, so much so that for Wunderstars, for my own company, I have totally neglected my own company page because I truly
Well,
believe that.
at least I'm in good company.
You are. I truly believe that even on LinkedIn, people, they connect with people, right? I'm more
Right.
likely to make a comment on something you post because I know Stephanie as opposed to one of your companies. Now, company pages is something LinkedIn has invested massively in. So this is not me writing off company pages. I definitely think there's a room for company pages, but you find it much harder to get engagement. So in your particular case, since you already have a company page for each of them, my recommendation would be to really find the common thread across both of them. Because if you think about the strategy with your personal brand now, I genuinely think you are a WordPress and digital marketing powerhouse. This is how you come across to me. I've never met you. I hope I do one day in person. But I believe you have a real opportunity to bring that across in your personal brand and your personal LinkedIn profile. Because once you find what the common thread is, and I guess there's something about getting amazing results, right? Either for the agencies who deliver for their clients through Focus WP, or through the people who come to you for your direct marketing services, right? Because they probably want more sales, they want more bookings, they want more traffic to their website. So there's a huge theme of how do you make digital marketing, how do you make marketing work for you?
Right.
And I actually think you have an opportunity there because you have a really unique view, having all this access to all these agencies through Focus WP, because you're enabling them to do great stuff for their clients. And yet you also directly work with clients. So I see an opportunity for you to really bring that expert status to a forefront more. So coming back, does that make sense so far?
Yeah, totally.
Good.
Yeah, I'm already thinking like, okay, so websites in particular are an overlap. I'm marketing in general, of course. So yeah, that it's one I'm sort of more doing it for them, and the other one I'm helping them to do it for their customers. But yeah, that makes total sense.
And you know, I would imagine for both kind of groups, you know, people are overwhelmed with marketing, particularly digital marketing. It moves at the speed of light. So if you can make sense of that, if you can say, look, all these trends coming up for your type of company, this is what you need to know. This is how you can take advantage of that. I think that's applicable to both areas.
Totally, I love it.
Excellent. Okay, that's a tick. But I have to say to you, it is a challenging question, and you will speak to different people working with LinkedIn. You will get different recommendations. But knowing that you've got 2 company pages, I think finding the common thread will give you a really good opportunity on your personal profile. Now, going to your personal profile. So, Stephanie, I will be so gentle. By the way, I think it's a perfectly fine profile. What we're doing today is to really help you to stand out, right? Because look, there's something I want to show you something very quickly, if I may. So I'm going to just very quickly go back onto my slides. Okay, because I'm going to be talking at Brighton SEO, and I have to practice the slide. Now, Stephanie,
good.
What do these things have in common? Digital agencies white vans, sorry, I don't pronounce it very well with my German V, or British school uniforms. Well, if you're in one of them, it's very easy to blend in and to get overlooked.
It is.
And I want you to not get overlooked. So this is what we're going to work on today. So do you think that opening line works for a talk?
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Excellent.
I thought there was going to be something about like free candy or puppies and kidnapping,
Sorry.
but no, that's okay. No, I get what you're saying now, though. Yeah.
I used to be, do you know my original brand Lollipop Social? It used to be all about sweet stuff, so I can't blame you for thinking about it. Okay, so how do we apply this to your profile? So I at the moment look at your profile, and it doesn't match the kind of superwoman I meet when I see you speak at events, when I hear you hosting great things like the Atrium Agency Summit, which, by the way, it's coming up at the end of April, guys. So do check that out. So I want to see that. I want to see that on your personal profile. So you might say, but Nicole, how do I do that? Okay, I'm going to show you how.
Legit question. Yeah, I'm literally wondering that. How do I do that? I'm already seeing like that's such a boring photo at the top.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was from our original, like very first website. That photo doesn't even exist on there anymore because it's in 3D. You know, we do this whole 3D thing.
Of course I do.
It's about focusing.
I know it does make sense, but I think on this occasion, it takes too much explaining, right? So we know
totally, yeah,
1,000 words, and there is ways you can optimize it even more.
Not so that image. That image has like 7 words. That's it.
I love your headshot. I think it's gorgeous. You know, you're smiling, you're looking into the camera. And I'm pointing this out because I'm sure in our audience here, we have some people who might still have a really old headshot. Perhaps it's like from a social occasion and they're like hugging a friend. Please, guys, it is worth on LinkedIn having a professional headshot.
I'm dying to get new ones done too. I'm so sick of this one because it's a few years old now and I just am sick of seeing it everywhere. Yeah. But that's another story.
That's okay, but it's good to have a current headshot. Absolutely. So cool. So you're going to change that. Then, okay, so let's look at the banner image. There's some opportunities for the banner image, but then also, you know, if you think about it, LinkedIn is most kind of a search engine. So you want to make sure that all the keywords you want to be found for, you use them in your headline. So at the moment, your headline is, sorry, I have to go a little bit closer to the screen here. Apologies, everyone. I've got a little bit of spots, but never mind. Co-owner of Focus WP. Do you know, it's my body saying that I'm nervous about speaking at Brighton SEO. So it will be absolutely fine, but my body's saying I'm nervous. So do you know, for your headline, the latest at the minute is that you have 220 characters, and it's a prime marketing asset on LinkedIn, because it's literally together with your photo. It's the first thing people will notice about you when they search perhaps on their LinkedIn app, and it comes on Google, and also when they're on desktop. So I would definitely recommend that you can really pack this with keywords and also use that common thread about how you're helping companies, whether it's about marketing efficiency, about get better results, and pack it with keywords. And I would go, Stephanie, I would go as far as adding some emojis, and I'll show you in a little while some examples.
I love emojis.
Oh,
the GIF in there. Yeah. So are you talking about the line that says co-owner at Focus WP?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I call
means nothing to anybody. Yeah.
But it's literally your job title at the minute, right? So, and it's what LinkedIn gives you automatically seeing what's on your profile, on your experience section. So you can definitely totally boost that by making a few powerful words, adding keywords to really make sure that you're searchable. And for your branding, I recommend you pick a couple of emojis which will go with your branding. You know, there is definitely this focus glasses that could work. Okay, so that's in the headline section. Now, Stephanie, I couldn't find your about section. That's like the next section where you actually have an opportunity to really promote yourself and to show that you get the challenges.
Can I tell you something else? That location, I haven't lived there in quite some time. I don't know how to change that either.
Hey, do you know, and I didn't want to say, but I think your contact details also need some updating.
I'm sure.
We've all been there, Stephanie.
By the way, who's playing along? Who's playing along at home? Like this is a power hour for all of us, everybody. So put your LinkedIn. I should have said this at the very beginning. Fire up your profile in another browser window, and go along with it. And like think of what she's saying to me, and I'd be willing to bet like I'm not alone.
You're definitely
struggle.
not alone. You're definitely not alone. I can promise you that. I look at so many LinkedIn profiles and they quickly go out of date, right? And because people have the challenge with LinkedIn, they often see it as a really old-fashioned platform. It used to be perhaps just a place to put a new online resume or for job seekers, but it's changed so
Right.
much. People
Right.
go on there,
Totally.
they do business. So definitely let's optimize it.
And on that
Mhm.
topic, if you are playing along at home or if you have questions, we are live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and in the Facebook group. And wherever you are, you can post a comment, and we'll see it here. We can put it up on the screen, and maybe Nicole can help
I would
if
love
you
to.
have a question as you're going through yours. Again, it is StreamYard, so you have to click the little thing so we can see your name, because we won't put it up if we don't know who it is. So click the little approval thing if it's
Yeah,
if
it
it
really
shows
doesn't
there.
take long. It's nice for us to see the
No,
names,
yeah,
right?
it's easy, yeah.
Okay, so
So
let
what's
me,
next?
hang on, let me.
I wanna, like, go in and start changing it
Oh,
already.
so look, this is what I wanted to show you. So do you know when I search for you, this is what comes up, and you can see how you can use so much more space in the
I'm
headline,
gonna
right?
zoom in on your slide here, so it takes
Perfect,
us off screen for a minute so that everybody can see it better.
perfect. So you can see there's so many more opportunities. Okay, so I just wanted to show you an example, just for sort of inspiration, best kind of practice. So I work with Carl. He's one of my lovely Wunderstars here in the UK,
Hmm.
and we totally changed his headline in his LinkedIn profile. And let's just go through it. So I help people take their business online with stylish SEO-friendly websites that turn visitors into paying customers. La di la di da da da. Yes, I do
Mhm.
own 15 guitars. And we put in all these things because it's just something unique about him, something which is a bit of a conversation opener. So my recommendation for the headline is to use most of the spaces. I think it's about 10 to 15 words, pack it with your keywords, but also bring in a conversation opener. So Stephanie, I would tempt you to put something about sweet tea in there, or about the fact that you often see in an online conference, just something when people contact you to make it easy to open a conversation and just to create that human interest. I think on my own one, I mentioned about loving German bread because I am originally from Germany. It's an easy conversation opener. So hopefully that gives you just a little bit of inspiration now.
It does, yeah.
And just a few more examples. And apologies if they're like really small. But Imogen Allen, she
I do
has
know
the website.
Imogen.
She's lovely, isn't she? Such a
So
powerhouse sister.
lovely.
She's
Mhm.
got the website identity framework, which is her digital product, and you can see it right away in her header image. Behind her image, you can see it in her tagline. So I just wanted to show you these two images, my own profile as well. There's so much opportunity for you visually to make an impact, but also to draw your audience in with what you say in your headline. Now, the next section, which I know, Stephanie, you can't wait to work on, is the About You section. So we also call that the summary. And that's the picture on the right-hand side. I don't know if perhaps, is it possible for you just to zoom in a little bit on that? So
I think you can.
Oh, I can, okay.
Mhm.
Now, Stephanie knows how technically advanced I am. I'm not sure I
No
can.
worries.
But
Are you on a Mac?
I am actually on a PC. But what I can do instead, I
If
can
you do
just show.
Control Plus, I think it will zoom in your screen.
Okay,
Try that.
one moment. I'm coming back to the windows. At some point, if I disappear, I'll just dial in again, shall I? So
Yeah, sure.
Control Zoom.
Control plus plus plus.
Nothing's up.
Nope. Okay. Well, just read it to us. It's no big deal.
Oh, look, I've done it. Well, kind of.
Nope.
Okay,
Didn't work.
I'm staying away from this keyword.
Okay.
But what I wanted you just to think about, so when your About page, that can be like your best landing homepage, sales page all in one. And Stephanie, the nice thing is that you can continuously update it. But what I always recommend is that you start off there with talking about a challenge your audience faces. So
Yeah.
I guess for you kind of need to find that common thread between your different target audiences. When you bring in perhaps how you can help people, what makes you different from everyone else. I also recommend that you really pack it with keywords because then that will pick up in LinkedIn search. So on my profile and also on Carl's profile, we put some bullet points in there with some of the specialities. Also added the contact details in there again, because I guess what we really want to do is for people to check us out perhaps on our website or to email us. So it's a really good opportunity, your About page, to show what you've got to offer to your audience and also how they can get in touch. And I think for you, Stephanie, I would definitely recommend actually having both companies mentioned in there. and also that that you have such a big profile in terms of WordPress and digital marketing communities online, the work you do, because these are all the things which really show you up as an expert, right? Which is what we want to do.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Totally. Now, Nicole,
Mhm.
I'm gonna take over the
Please
screen
do.
here for a second
Mhm.
because I've
Oh,
pulled up yours here,
thank you very much.
and I want to look at this and see if I can make this bigger too.
Mhm.
Why is it
Bec-
so hard to make this bigger?
I think
Goodness
it's
gracious.
StreamYard, isn't it? It's not the best when it comes to sharing
Um,
screens. But Stephanie,
so
while you're in there, can I just point something else out to you?
yeah, for
There's this
sure.
really, if you go a little bit lower, if I can see a little bit lower, there's this next
By
section
the
that.
first of
Mhm.
all, this is a video here. Like this was moving when I loaded this
Yes,
page. I gotta reload it.
because
That's another cool trick that I want you to teach me how to
absolutely,
do.
because okay, so on
Why isn't it
LinkedIn,
doing it now? Oh, there it is.
you
What?
it's
That's
a look,
awesome. I want a
it's
video one.
I was going to say, you've got to put a video in there. And you can also put your name pronunciation on there. So do you know the beauty of LinkedIn is it continuously updates with features, and use them to really make you stand out. So I'd definitely say use the app on the phone, make a short video, put it in there. People can play it. Do the audio as well to show people how to pronounce your name. And it doesn't have to be all salesy. It could be something quite relatable. So I definitely recommend you use these functionalities because most agency owners I meet actually don't do that yet. So you can really stand out with that. So yeah, Stephanie, good call. Thank you for reminding me of that one. Look, and then just if you go a little bit further down, we have the featured section. So just a little bit more featured.
Sure.
Again, so featured is basically your top selections of posts. So put in anything and everything you absolutely want to highlight. So for me at the moment, I've got a free agency growth book, which I like people to download, where I share agency growth tips.
So you got
I've
your lead
just
magnet.
Absolutely. So I definitely recommend you put your lead magnet in there. I've just won an award. I was mentioned as one of the most inspirational marketeers by Market Advice.
I
I put this
know.
in there.
I agree.
Seth
Congrats.
thank you very much. And yeah, I won an award for my YouTube channel. So this is what I'm featuring at the moment. So Stephanie, I've
I
seen
love
you.
your GIFs. They're so cute.
But hopefully it makes people smile a little bit because
It
my
makes
brand
me
is all about
smile.
getting results and learning while you're having fun. So I think your featured section at the moment, you can update it a little bit. That's why I wanted to show it. And most people don't use this
Yeah.
yet. So definitely
Let's
go
see what
ahead.
I've got on mine.
You've got
Okay,
a
so we
couple of
got
things
boring.
which are good. I think you've got
I do?
you were
Oh,
interviews.
I've got a Divi chat one.
Yeah, which is
And
brilliant.
then an interview on Josh Hall. Okay,
Yeah.
these are kind of old though.
Yeah, and it's so easy to update it. So I definitely recommend you
Yeah.
update them. Okay. So
So you
Stephanie,
just add them here.
that's right, yeah. Do we have any questions at this stage at all? Anyone
Well,
who
I have
wants?
one. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't see any
Okay.
from the crowd yet. So they're all
Mhm.
just enraptured by what you're doing to me here. So where is the bio?
Okay, so if you click on, can you see that little pen mark? So you see focus
Uh-huh.
MVP, click on that. So this is when you can edit your, if you scroll down a little bit, you can edit your headline here, your current position, your education. So this is one section where you can update everything. Yeah.
Okay. See,
Contact.
look, this
Oh,
is my current city.
is it? Yeah.
And it doesn't update it though.
Oh no. Hey, do you know it
Isn't
might
that
be
weird?
worth it might be worth not doing it when we are sharing via StreamYard. Sometimes it's a little bit icky. I would just go out of everything and just do it
Oh
on the
no, I'm not
desktop.
gonna change it now, but like I have actually this is the old address and I have actually updated it, but it never reflects it. So I don't know if I'm
Oh,
changing it in the wrong
hey,
place.
do you want to click on contact info as well on the blue link, because that would be a great
Sure.
thing for you to change as well. So look, so I see. Look, you've specialized your LinkedIn URL. It's not any longer always long string of codes, which is amazing. Left brain is that related to something you do?
Well, so here's the story on that. I'm gonna bring us back in so that people can see me tell this
Mhm,
story. I I oops, sorry.
mhm. That's
I thought that
right.
would bring us both in. So I said whenever I was first starting Sweet Tea, had a partner, and he
Mhm.
was creative. He had a fine arts background. I had more of a tech background. I always wanted to be a designer, but that's not my strength. And so we would jokingly say that I was the left brain and he was the right brain. And so we would come together and we're like, because we really enjoyed working together. It was so much better when we were
Mhm.
collaborative than when we worked on our own. And so that was just a running joke with us. And then when we were building the website as placeholders, because we didn't have titles, and I'm like, what do we put? So I put left brain, right brain.
Yeah.
Well, the site launched and we never actually figured out what else to put. So it stayed that way. And do you know, to this day, like it was 2016, so it's 6 years later, people will go to my website, will say nothing about my work, nothing about my site, nothing about anything. It's all the way in the footer at the bottom. They'll go, "Oh, left brain, right brain. That's so cute." So I can't take it off. Like I can't take it off of there because and I don't even think of myself as the left brain anymore. My partner isn't with the company anymore. So I think of myself more as a creative thinker, really, which is the right brain. But I'm stuck with it, so I just go with it. I mean, I'm a geek, so whatever. But anyway, that's the
Oh,
story. And
oh
so
my
I made
goodness.
the LinkedIn profile based on that. Like years ago, I had customized my thing and I was like, what do I want to put? My
Mhm.
name was taken. There's
Mhm.
a lot of Stephanie Hudson, surprisingly. And so I just was like, I'll just go with left brain because people love it. So that's the
I love that
story.
story. Thank you for sharing that. Boy, that's not easy. Do you know, my
No.
recommendation generally would be to have exactly the same handles if you can across your social media profiles, but also exactly the same images, because for consistency and for making it easy for people to find you, if you can, I would have everywhere the same. But I think with this one, it's a little bit different. So leave left brain because it's easy to remember. Hey, but you know, you have your Twitter. You could bring in your
Yeah, this
Focus
is
WP Twitter.
yeah.
You know, on websites you can obviously add okay, you've got enjoy speak focus WP. If you have like particular lead magnet, you can have that in there and also give it a specific
Oh,
description. So there is some opportunities
that's
you can
cool.
still take advantage here. And you know, everyone is watching it, definitely next coffee break, please check out your contact details because it's so
Yep.
easy. We all do it to sort of leave it out. And Stephanie, may I just mention Ken Brighton, who's lovely, is just saying there's some questions in the Facebook group. Should we have a look at that?
Oh,
Would you be able
yeah.
to?
They're not showing up in StreamYard because that's an
Oh no!
so let me go. Hold on a second, everybody. Sorry. Thanks for letting us know, Ken. Let me pop back
Thank
over
you.
to the group and see what's going on
And if
here.
that's okay, I'm just going to
Um,
do a little summary. So we've done the
thank you.
photos, headlines, head banner, about section, featured section, contact section. But there is more, but this is how far we've gotten so far, guys. So hopefully, so far, so good.
Oh my gosh, there's 25 comments here. And but Facebook doesn't show them all to me because it's annoying. It's because it's
Oh,
live, I guess. I don't know.
oh, guys, bear
Guys,
with us.
I know. Well, I mean, you guys know there's always something, right?
Oh, that's
So if you have
Stephanie.
asked a question, I see Aaron says lead magnets in websites, awesome in the website section. That's awesome, which it is.
Mhm,
Um, okay, so Marcin Newman just made a comment. He
mhm.
said, so Nicole dismissed Stephanie's main problem. What if you are wearing different hats like Sweet Tea and Focus WP? So she kind of said, Marcin, that not kind of, she said that the way to go about that is to generalize, like to find where there's overlap between the two and focus on that.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm gonna try and do.
And you know, Stephanie, an alternative is some people actually what they do, they have if they have two businesses. So this is one approach, and I think because you have two company pages already and there is a common thread, I would recommend using your personal profile to highlight the common thread and post about both. But what you could also do for some people, they just have their company profile and they have their LinkedIn profile. So their personal profile for one strand and their company profile for another strand. Now, the
mm,
challenge of that is you will struggle to get traction on the company page. So the more you can find a way of bringing it together. And really, I have to say that goes against everything I believe, because I always think, you know, be really clear what you do and who you're working for,
yeah.
because otherwise people get confused. So another deciding factor, and it's such a good comment you brought it up, Stephanie, where do you see most commercial potential? Where do you want to focus on? And pick that one to really focus your efforts and make your personal profile about that. Because you know, we all have side projects, but really commercially, what's most promising? Where do you believe are the lowest hanging fruits? And really go for that on your personal profile in terms of promoting it and your messaging, because and that way people won't get confused. But if you don't have that choice, find the common thread. So there's different options. There really isn't a black and white answer to this question. I'm afraid I like to make it simpler in a way, but it isn't. But if you can decide by commercial focus, I would definitely say promote it on your personal profile and focus on one thing if you have that option.
I've been thinking about that a lot lately, not really in the context of LinkedIn so much as just in my general focus. And I love how much we use the word focus in this conversation, by the way. And I'm really thinking, like, I think my future, my passion, even though that sounds corny, but that's where my heart is with Focus WP. Sweet tea marketing is, building websites for customers, which I've done for 25 years. Like, I have no hate for that. But I'm not actively seeking new customers. I have just my steady little stream of word of mouth referrals. What I really want to target and focus on is focus, I think.
Oh, wow.
This is a transitional moment for me.
Stephanie, do you know what? I'm so pleased you highlighted that. And apologies, I didn't push you for that earlier. But
well, I'm not sure you could have, because I wasn't there yet. This is all sort of new to me, that I'm realizing, like, I'm, like Martin is saying, when we wear so many hats, if you stack a bunch of hats on, they don't look so good, right? You got to really get all in on one.
Do you know, it's a little bit like, it's my take on finding a niche or a niche as well. But in my world, niching is about the content you put out there. Who do you help the most with your content? I target all my content towards digital marketing agencies, because 80% of my clients are all from digital marketing agencies. It doesn't mean I can't work with some book authors. I happen to work with a couple of book authors because I help them be great at social. But this is about niching, right? I want to be known for one thing. And it's, a good friend of mine, John Esperian, actually the author of Content DNA, really specializes in content and LinkedIn. He's a technical copywriter. His recommendation: it takes 3 years to get known for one thing. 3 years. Oof. And you know what? Your journey is going to be much easier if you pick a focus and you really go all in. It doesn't mean you can't carry on with sweet tea marketing. You don't have to turn down any good opportunities. But to the outside world, you are focusing on Focus WP, and that's your predominant messaging, the ones where you're going to be magnetic and absolutely irresistible. Stephanie, I'm absolutely sure.
Thank you. I hope so too. Great news, you guys. I just found the comments.
Ooh, excellent.
It's my first day on Facebook, everybody.
Stephanie, you're doing so well. It's just really,
I'm telling you, lives are
platforms.
The thing is, what I count on is that it's reassuring to people to see somebody else who doesn't know how to do something. That's what I'm banking on here. Is absolutely that they're not judging me. They're going, I'm glad it's her and not me.
Perfect. Okay. It's boring. I always say that.
So Ken says, I'm going to just catch up on these now that I found them.
Perfect.
First of all, okay. Martin loves your matching headphones. And I do too. I'm all about matchy-matchy. I'm very impressed. John Mara says he loves sweet tea. Everybody loves sweet tea, which also became our tagline for the company, because when my partner and I started out, we went to some networking events to try and test our elevator pitches and things like that, just to see what would resonate. We tried all these things about how we help people and blah, blah, blah. And we live in the South, where sweet tea is a thing. I'm in the Carolinas, at the time I was in South Carolina, I'm in North Carolina. And so we would say things and people would just sort of glaze over. And then at some point they were like, why'd you name it sweet tea? And my partner goes, because everybody loves sweet tea. And they all would go, you know what? I really do love sweet. Like, everybody would react to it. So everybody loves our company, right? Everybody loves sweet tea. So anyway, that's how we got that.
No,
yeah.
I love that story.
He says John says he loves sweet tea. In the Northeast, you get sugar packets, and it's not the same. And it isn't. They the most ironic thing though is I'm actually diabetic and I can't even drink sweet tea.
do you know my last company was called Lollipop Social? I don't like lollipops.
No? No,
but my son does. And when I took him on all these long trips to Germany, or he had to get his haircut, I always gave him a lollipop to make things better. So for me, that was like my lollipop social was to make things better. But anyway,
lollipops make things better. That's so cute.
Oh my God, we have so many things in common.
Ken Brayton, he said he went to the to my LinkedIn profile, and this broadcast is playing there right now. This is a very meta comment right now if you guys are on LinkedIn. He said it also shows closed captions automatically.
Oh,
And it's not from Facebook. I'm using StreamYard to do this, Ken, so I purposely broadcast it to 3 different places. Um, okay, so Debbie Ringwood says there's a LinkedIn transformation coming for all of us. Aaron
excellent,
says
Debbie.
his
I'm so
LinkedIn is a
pleased.
disaster. I'm so glad I found these comments. I was feeling a little alone, like I was the only
Oh, I'm
one.
sorry, Stephanie.
No,
Sorry I
it's not
couldn't
your
help
fault.
you.
No, so, Marchin says he has just a photo in his name, nothing else, because he's
Okay.
concerned about that,
Can only get
you know.
better. And
He
Martin, don't
doesn't
worry.
wanna be a jack of all trades and look
Very good.
like have it dilute, so that this is a tricky one because there's so many of us that
Yeah.
do branch out.
So what's
We've
most commercially attractive? Focus on that. Focus on that
Yeah,
in your message, because this is not like you're not writing a book which goes into print run. This is LinkedIn. You can change it and adapt it a bit like your website. You know, you can
that's
evolve,
true.
as
It
Stephanie
does
said. She tests
does
the
feel
message.
like a commitment, but it really shouldn't be.
It isn't.
Um,
I give you
uh,
permission to try things out. To everyone who's listening to us, I give you permission to not aim for perfect, because then it won't get done and we want progress. And I also give you permission to see this. You know, many of you are website designers. Now, with any website, good project, but it's the first phase, isn't it? And then it's the second and the third and the fourth iteration. And every time you make
yep.
it even better, please view your LinkedIn profile in the same way. But you
Now,
can't
I
go
wanna
wrong.
give a caveat. Do not view your LinkedIn profile as your own website because as we all know, it will never get done. View it as a client as a client project
Client project.
so that you actually finish it.
Stephanie, absolutely, I love you for that. You know, have dates in your diary to make it happen. So figure out how long am I going to spend on it. Perhaps is it going to be like 60 minutes a week? Then put it in your diary, stick to it. Like I don't allow myself coffee without doing those kind of little annoying things. I even have one of these cubes for annoying tasks. And I would say updating your LinkedIn profile is an annoying task. I have to
Really?
do it. God, yeah.
So you have to like roll the dice and see what you have to do?
So I'm turning around, but no, the dice is not here. But yes,
Okay.
we all have our
Um,
productivity tips.
okay, so we've got a couple more things here. Let me just double check all of these. Oh, Ken says he loves us.
Oh, thank
And
you, Ken. That's
then
really kind.
Vicky Baptiste says she missed the first 10 minutes. Don't worry, Vic. That was mostly me trying to figure out how to go live.
But Vicky,
So
it's so
you're
good.
good. You're good. But you can still go see these will all be available to be in a replay. So Sherry has a question. This is a
Mhm.
good one. Should you remove employment history that doesn't vibe with your current focus?
You know, it's a
Interesting. What's your thoughts on
really,
that?
really, really, really good question. You want your LinkedIn profile to be absolutely magnetic, like a bee to honey, really irresistible to your intended audience, right? So, with that hat in mind, you need to focus on what's most relevant to what you're doing now and what you're doing going forward. So, you don't necessarily need to remove all employment history, but I would definitely go through your experience section and make sure. So, for my current focus in mind, what gives me credibility? What will show that I'm the best solution for what I'm offering? So definitely go back through and refocus it. And perhaps, you know, the positions, if you have maybe out of 6 or 7 positions, maybe you have 2 which are most relevant. Make sure that you really make those 5-star, by which I mean you really use the experience section and the space you have for words and the media section to really show off how good that was. And definitely change the focus. And do you know, one of the biggest things I find is that, at least here in Britain, we often train to always say we did this, we did all that. But
Mm,
actually, this is LinkedIn. You have to say I. What is the contribution, the difference you've made? What has been the learning? What is the result for the company you worked for or for the clients? Because they're assessing you, right? And
I'm writing
the,
that one down. I think that is a great tip, everybody. That was a top tip. So simple, really
right,
important.
what's the result you brought in, you personally? Maybe you
Hmm.
were heading up a team, but I know I struggle that it's always we. I really had to like
Yeah,
train myself out of it because people hire me as their coach, not
right.
everyone else.
Now, I will say, Sherry, that if you are on there looking to get hired at a company with for like a full-time
Mm,
position or something like that, you you don't want to show a lot of gaps in
that's right.
your job history, right? So again, it depends on what is your focus
And
with
what,
your profile. Like, are you trying
yeah,
to land customers or are you trying to land a boss? I
brilliant.
think that would be something to take into consideration as you're considering what to keep and what to leave.
Really good
Um,
advice, Stephanie. It's really sound advice.
And Andrew Palmer is just tuned in. He wanted to show off and let us know that
Oh, thank you,
he
Andrew.
was listening to us on the golf course because he said life is good. He's got me and you in his ears, and he's on a golf course. So of course, that's how he rolls.
Well, he's not
Um,
making music. He's on the golf course, or he's going to events. I love it.
I know,
He's
right?
such a nice guy.
So, Vicky asks another question. Should your profile be in creator mode? Are the extras worth it? I noticed that the preference is for people to follow you rather than to connect, and that worries me. I don't even know what those things mean, so maybe you can explain them, Nicole.
Absolutely. So LinkedIn introduced this relatively recently. So traditionally, you either connected with someone, you sent them a connection request. And by the way, when you do that, please always personalize it. It's so boring when you just get nothing. So you either connected, but now they have for content creators the option of setting it up so that people can follow you. And I guess it's a little bit like, do you know that when you're going dating? When you're going dating, oh my god, I'm saying this. I've been married like for so many years, but when you're going dating, you don't go, you don't fancy someone asking for a drink and then straight away, are you going to have kids and should we get married?
Right. Yeah, that doesn't go well.
No.
I've heard. I've heard. Yeah.
Never mind. So not for now. So on LinkedIn now with this new option, I would definitely say if you can and you can set it up so that you invite followers, do that because it's a little bit less personal than a connection request. And when you don't know someone, it's kind of a bit. So, it's less commitment on both sides. So I would set it up if you have that option. I can't exactly on top of my mind tell you the exact specifications. Apologies. It's definitely my weaknesses are twofold: international times and specifics. Because they also change all the time, and I'm not a walking spreadsheet. It's just
no. It is so annoying. This time of year, like now and in 6 months, is the worst because everybody changes at a different time, and it's super.
Do you know
hard
what I've noticed when I swapped over my own profile? I actually I felt that my follower numbers and my connections were going up. So I would definitely recommend you do it. If you have that option, definitely choose following because you will get more exposure. Now, the other really cool trick, rather it's sort of tricks and hacks and stuff. The other thing I really love doing, so let's say your profile looks great. Let's just say it's a rock star profile.
Let's pretend it looks awesome.
We've done all work. And we're going to, if you want, we're going to share in a moment a blog or vlog with more tips because I know we're expecting people to lot to take in. But let's say your profile looks great. So you are ready for action, right? Then one of the things I would definitely say you do is search for either companies you would want to work with or individuals who could connect you to other individuals you're interested in. And then actually under their profile, you have the option of clicking a notification bell. It's a little bit like on YouTube. So when you do that on YouTube, you get notified when the creator has got a new vlog out. So if you let's say do a little experiment, choose 5 people who you're really interested in and click that bell. And then you actually, in your notifications, get a notification of when they post. So when you want to get noticed by them and you want to show that you're interested in them and that you might be interested to them, that's such a nice way of warming up that relationship because you can make thoughtful comments. So I don't know, we had Andrew here earlier. So I recently turned on the notification bell for when Andrew posts. So now when he posts, I get to see them and I can comment because, I think Andrew's a great guy. He did an interview with me and I just want to say, hey, really, I think it's great what you're doing. And how nice and easy is that by just having that bell and you then can start establishing a relationship.
You can be a regular commenter on his things. That's really
great.
great.
And as soon as you comment, this is the amazing thing. As soon as I comment on Andrew's things, his audience will see that. So it increases your reach. And
social networking.
That's
how it works.
Profile, because that's step number 1. Then you evolve it, you want to start how to make meaningful comments, how to post. But Stephanie, you can always have me back here.
So we're gonna need you because there's a lot of questions in the chat too. And guys, we have only about 10 minutes to go. And so we're gonna have to provide some resources. You'll be able to get in touch with Nicole. This is a power hour, but I'm sharing my power hour with you. So we're not going to make as much progress as you will, but you can actually hire Nicole for an hour to come in and just whip you into shape. So that's one of her service offerings. And I tricked her into doing mine for nothing because I got to do it in front of everybody. So,
So,
anyway, yeah, but we'll make sure that you're able to get in touch with her. Plus, she's in the Facebook group, Focus on Your Biz. So
mhm.
if you wanna, like, we can ask some I'm sure she's a lovely person. She'll probably
Oh,
answer some
thank you.
questions if you wanted to. Now, Trisha asked, she was a little confused by your answer. So
Which one?
just clearly do or do not with the creator. You said go with the creator if you have the opportunity to
If you have the option to do it, yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Okay, there you
I
go.
don't see any disadvantages of it.
Okay, great. She says thank you. All
My
right, so
pleasure.
that's good. Yeah. So okay, with 10 minutes to go,
Mhm.
what are we going to accomplish in 10 minutes? Do you want to look at anything else on my profile? Do you want to show us some more of your slides? Do you have a list of tips? What do you how you tell me what you want to do next?
Perhaps if I have 2 slides,
Yeah, for
I could
sure.
show 2 slides. So I'm going to
Mhm.
just, if I could go in. So Stephanie twisted my arm, and I'm obviously so grateful I'm here. So I wanted to offer you guys an opportunity to get your own
Nice.
LinkedIn profile 5-star, be a superstar on LinkedIn. Because often it really depends on who your audience is, what you're hoping to achieve. So I've set up a special link on my calendar. You find the URL in here. Have a look at it. You can book an hour with me. I'm offering you a 25% discount because you really value community. Plus, for the first
Oh,
5
nice of
bookings,
you.
listen to this. You also have an opportunity for a free 20-minute follow-up program call
What?
with me. Because Stephanie, is all accountability. Actually, you and I will book this in for you because I want you to have the actions, but then also to make them happen. And I think you said, let's treat this like a client project. So when we come off air, we're going to put this in the diary, right?
Oh.
So guys, if you want to find out how one of my clients, Tom, got a project via LinkedIn, 15 times his usual value, it's actually been so good, it's now his new niche, or how we made Carl's profile hopefully irresistible, check out this offer. It's here for you, and I would love to help you. Thank you very much, Stephanie, for putting it in.
That's awesome.
Another thing, I know you love
Thank
agency
you.
growth, so I've got a really cool agency growth book. Check it out on my website. I've spent hours and hours researching it, and this is actually how Stephanie and I originally really started bonding, because she was kind enough to share some of the secrets she's learned from obviously working out in her own agency growing, Focus WP, and she shared all her best tips with me. So she's in that agency growth book. And then
Well, I'm famous, y'all.
of course, she's famous, right? And Stephanie, for me, that's my aim for you on LinkedIn. I want to have the same sort of bubbly personality, this really expert status. I want that to show on LinkedIn. And I'm really, really committed to helping you do that. And I know we had lots of inspiration on that today, so you could totally do it. It would be like a breeze.
One person called me an icon, and
Exactly.
I have never heard the end of it from my friends and family because they all make fun of me now. So,
What's it?
if
Yep.
you wanna be an icon, you gotta
Never listen
have
to your family.
Twitter. Right.
Never listen to family and spouses.
Yeah,
My
I gotta live up to it.
my hubby is very, very supportive, but the kind of advice he gives me for my YouTube channel of how I should run my YouTube channel. So guys, if you just want to check out some more tips at your own pace, come and check me out on YouTube. I would really, really appreciate it. I'm trying to grow the channel. It's been voted top marketing choice by the WordPress community. So it's a really good channel. And I've got a really cool LinkedIn playlist in there. So totally for free. You can go and binge watch it. And while you're there, I would be so most grateful if you could subscribe to the channel, because it's still growing. I think I'm on 760 at the moment. It's like counting your children.
You're making me type in all these things, though. I gotta.
Apologies,
Okay,
I should have sent you a link.
I shared the other one. You're Nicole Osborne. Wunderbar. Say it. How do you say it? I always sound like
No,
I'm
I
making
love it
fun of
more.
it, but I
I
don't know
love
how
it
to
more
do it.
when you say it, Wunderbar. I really love the way you pronounce it. I have like no issue with that. I have like a German accent syndrome. So there's certain letters I simply can't pronounce. So I think it's really cute when someone says my name, or like my marketing coach still mispronounces my name. I think it's funny. I'm so
How do you
used to
say?
it
How
now.
do you pronounce your name?
Oh, Nicole Osborne, Wunderbar.
Oh, you mean like Wunderstars? Yeah.
Yeah, but
Wunderstars. I
this
feel
is why
silly saying it wrong. I'm so bad at
I tell you what we, oh my God, this looks awful, this slide. Apologies, I don't know what happened, but what we really want to do, right, Stephanie, we really want people to post one of their key learnings from today, right? Because we want to know what people picked up. So take a commitment. What is it you're going to change? We're going to check out the questions in the Facebook groups. Just give us a couple of days. I know Stephanie's uber busy. I'm preparing for a talk next week, but we will be in there. We will share it to share resources. But hey, thank you. And Stephanie, thank you for being such a willing victim. I hope I went easy on you. Did I go easy on you? I hope I did.
Yes. So here's my recap. Hold on. I'm putting your link in LinkedIn and I'm putting it in Facebook.
Oh,
If I
you
can
are a
find it.
star.
I'm all over the place right now. So, okay. So there's in Facebook, LinkedIn, and on the YouTube live. I'm not there. So I'll have to go put that there in a second.
It's hard work, multi-streaming, isn't it?
I'm telling you, this is like, it's so much happening.
You do
Okay,
so well.
here's what I've learned, Nicole, as my little recap, and you tell me how I'm doing. One, I need to update my bio so that it shows has more keywords, has more personality, really talks to the people that I want to talk to. I want to add a better banner photo. Now,
you on stage. You on stage. That's expert status, pure.
Oh, but the only stages I've been on in 2 years are this.
Okay, so then maybe you hosting something, or a really key marketing message for Focus WP, something which really shouts up what you do for agencies.
So you recommend having like yourself in your banner?
Now let's just see, because I guess with I would if you were a solo businesswoman, but because of Focus WP, you're a co-founder, right? So actually, you know what I think would be coolest of that? Take a screenshot for the next time you go live with your Facebook group and there's all these people around that, because I think that sense of community is something. It shows you as an expert. It shows you love your community, which I know you do, because you're always really helpful. I can see you on your Facebook group.
So 3D glasses, yes or no? I think probably no.
Well,
I'm kidding, Nicole. I'm kidding.
I've got to see me and my sense of humor. But if you explain it, if it's, image speaks 1,000 words, can you get it across in a few seconds what that relates to? I actually think, if you consistently use them, it could be really cool.
I never wear them. That was just a joke, but I keep them handy. Have I sent you a pair yet? Can I
have two? Because my son will probably rip one off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mommy, this is so cool. Mommy needs this for work.
Yeah, we have a little form on our site. We mail 3D glasses so that people can view our site in actual 3D. Because I'm a nerd and I think it's super funny.
But I like that quirkiness, and I think this is what we need to bring up, but in a really confident manner. I like that quirkiness. If we like everyone is boring.
I know. Boring is the worst. Okay, so I'm going to update my banner image. I also want to put this video thing in, which I've got to go Google how to do that. I'm going to update my bio. I'm going to try and figure out why it's showing the wrong location. It's not that far away. It doesn't really matter. But, and then I'm going to add some more featured posts. Those are my key things.
Can I add 2 things?
Yeah.
I would love you to get some really up-to-date recommendations, because on LinkedIn, it's really easy to do. Just message that person, because it's like your social currency. So get some up-to-date recommendations. And you do so much media work, whether you're speaking at conferences or you do some amazing blogs, put them in there. All the additional evidence you can give people that you are an expert and that you are amazing.
I struggle with the recommendations on LinkedIn. I don't know why I get that they're valuable, but they're bogus. I have had so many people over the years, like people that are just like from my way in my past, not even business colleagues, and they'll just come in and like tick the boxes of things, like because LinkedIn would put it in front of them, and they'll just say, "Oh, I recommend her for PHP," and I'm like, I don't even really write a lot of PHP. Like, why are you recommending me for that?
Stephanie, you're referring to the skill set at the minute, but in addition. So hang on, if I may. So I'm just gonna quickly go
back up
on LinkedIn. Okay, so I'm going to go back into. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I'm going to go back into StreamYard, and then I've got to just very quickly share my screen. Share screen window. Apologies, guys. We are getting. Oh,
it's the beauty of live video.
I cannot see the screen with my LinkedIn profile. Stephanie, can I ask you for one?
Do you want me to share yours?
Yes, and
go right. Share for you?
Yes, please. Please, could you go right to the bottom where it says recommendations?
Yeah, I've got yours right here. No problem. I told you, I'm happy to drive.
You're making such a good team.
I know, right? Recommendations.
So
I know these guys.
These are all genuine people who work with me.
Okay.
I've contacted them and said, oh, look, I did a session for you. It'd be so amazing if you could say that, because now when people see that, they could really see, okay, we all know with testimonials, it's kind of, you often encourage people to do, but there's nothing wrong with it. One way you saying how amazing you is, but much better if someone else actually says it.
Totally.
So, yeah, you can totally do that.
Okay, all my friends watching this you're already on my LinkedIn profile. I mean, what else do you have to do? Come on.
So you can now message them and actually request a recommendation from them.
I just requested it right now over this video.
Excellent, excellent. So everyone, you will see how Stephanie's profile will absolutely explode, and we recommend you
blow up.
Such good social. And if you say straight away, and if you do this, I'll also use this on my website. How efficient is that for getting a recommendation?
How efficient.
Hey?
Love it. Okay, we've got a comment here that I can actually show, and it's a great way to sort of wrap everything up. Debbie says, this has been an hour very well spent. Thanks, Nicole Osborne and Stephanie Hudson. Thank you, Debbie, for saying so. We're glad you were here with us. And to everybody else, thanks for showing up. If you're on one of the platforms that lets you hit the like button, I don't know, on the Facebook Live, sometimes it's weird, like, because you hit a like and it just marks it at that little point. Oh, Facebook. But anyway, shoot us a like, leave us a comment. Again, if you have more questions, tag either Nicole or I in the Focus on Your Biz Facebook group. And then Nicole, let's just one more time, let the people know where they can find more about you.
So the best place to go is wunderstars.com. You will find links to everything I mentioned on there. And if you want to book your preferential rates for the Power Hour, please use the Calendar link.
Which I've sent in all of the places.
Amazing. Yeah? So yeah, wunderstars.com. Can't wait to see you on my website. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would think that would be absolutely amazing.
She's just obsessed with this YouTube channel. It is really good, though. She does do good videos. I am a subscriber. So anyway, thanks everybody for being here and for putting up with all of my nonsense with the technology.
We love it.
And I guess we will just see you around the group. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Gesehen.